two-time Grammy and three-time Academy of Country Music Award winner Leanne Rimes in the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringing, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, racing fans, and welcome back once again to the United Dirt Sim Series as we come to you live from the Knoxville Raceway. Looks like we have qualifying underway currently, and sitting on top of that leaderboard, John Batista with a 15.995, followed closely by Jason Nygaard with a 16.081. Aiden Beerline, who has pretty much wrapped up the points series here in the 360 Spec Series, has a third quick time at a 16.090, and right behind him, always a contender, Mason Hannigan, setting a 16.091. So top four cars all at 16.0 or under, and then all the way back to 14th, setting at a 16.1 or less. So very, very fast track tonight. And all these cars are equal. If you're not familiar with the Sportsman Series 360s here at the United Dirt Sim Series, this is a fixed setup series. Everybody has an equal car. Just a matter of who can settle into the setup the best. And now all these drivers have access to the setup long before they actually have to set foot out here. So you'll see a lot of guys go out and practice quite a bit, and some guys just jump in and see what they can do and try to settle into it as the night goes on. Once again, we do want to thank Aiden Beerline, who has pretty much wrapped up Season 2 of the 360 Sportsman Division by almost, believe it was 180 points. So consistency really paid off for him this season. He did not have a single win in this series, but he ran away with the points just with top 5s and top 3s all throughout the season. We do have about a minute here left, so give me just a moment. We'd like to thank our sponsors here. Series sponsor of all of our 360 division stuff is Goyet Trucking. You got Dave Ward with Works Graphics. If you need an iRacing wrap done, make sure to give him a shout. Speed World Hobbies for all the radio control lovers in your life. Pushing the Cushion Productions bringing you tonight's broadcast. Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, one of the premier race teams here on pretty much every night that the United Dirt Sim Series runs. Jessup Logistics, that's the company that Mark Jessup owns out of Indianapolis area. If you need any warehousing or transport services, make sure to give him a shout. And of course, Design Metal Art, located right here in Knoxville, Iowa, right off the backstretch on Larson Street. If you're going to be in town for the one and only or the 360 Nationals, which just concluded the other night, make sure to stop over there and see what they have for the sprint car fan in your life. And with qualifying concluding, looks like John Bautista is going to pick up the quick time with a 15:09.95, so very good lap time for him. But that's going to bring us around to heat race number 1. And starting on the pole will be the 37 of Eric Wilkie. Outside of him, Carl Deitch. Row number 2 will be Dustin Griffitts in the 82 and John Bautista in the 8. Row number 3 will be the 35 of Brad Lamberson and the 72 of Jeffrey Stewart. Row number 4, Kenneth Payne in the 100 and Cale Hebelt in the 58. Row number 5, Joshua Piquel and Bryce Lucius. And that will conclude our first heat race. Take a quick look at that car. Very, very good looking car that Eric Wilkie drives out here. And make sure to say hi to the Crescent Donut. See if we can get a little bit of an angle on that car real quick. That's Dustin Griffitts. We know him here as Catch Fence, running the Crescent Donut number 82. Alright, caution lights are out on the speedway. We will be going green this time by out of turn 4. Eric Wilkie sets the pace as the iRacing.com pace truck gets ready to duck on off. And looks like Wilkie's going to get on the loud pedal, get a decent jump on the number 20 of Carl Deitch. And Wilkie's going to lead down into turn number 1. Deitch second, Griffitts third, and fourth will go to John Bautista. Griffitts now already seeing a challenge from the number 8 of John Bautista. And Carl Deitch doing everything he can to keep both of them behind him. Track already beginning to widen out just a little bit as Dustin Griffitts has to go high to make sure to leave room for Bautista. Eric Wilkie continues to lead. Carl Deitch looking for any lane to make that car just a little bit faster and reel in Wilkie. Now Bautista with a good run up on Carl Deitch, not able to do anything with it through 1 and 2. We'll see what he can do through 3 and 4. And Bautista gets a little piece of the berm, is able to keep it out of Deitch, but does get a little piece of Griffitts. Now Griffitts gets a little piece of the berm on the entry to turn 1. That's going to allow his teammate Jeffrey Stewart to get a run to the inside. And that's going to shuffle Dustin Griffitts out of a transfer spot. Now we'll jump back up front as Carl Deitch continues to run second, trying to reel in Eric Wilkie with John Bautista right there on him every lap. Deitch running just low enough to prevent Bautista from getting a run to the inside. Whoa, not sure if there was any contact there, but Deitch was way out of shape through 1 and 2, and that's going to give second place to John Bautista, and he's going to set sail on his way to chase down Eric Wilkie. Now Griffitts and Stewart are both on the back bumper of Carl Deitch. Griffitts looking for a way back into tonight's A main the easy way. Stewart working around the inside. Let's jump back up to John Bautista as he is actually beginning to run down Eric Wilkie just a little bit. Stewart's still on the bottom. Carl Deitch refusing to yield the bottom of the track. Now up front, John Bautista slowly closing the gap on Eric Wilkie. Laps are ticking down though. Oh, and we may have had a little contact back in the field as Dustin Griffitts fell off just a little bit. Now Kenneth Payne and Brad Lamberson are going to bang wheels a little bit through turn 3. And that's going to give Dustin Griffitts just a little bit of breathing room. Now Bautista within 3/10. He's trying everything he has on this last lap. Not Not sure if it's going to be enough. Wilkie misses the bottom just a little bit, but looks like Wilkie's going to hang on for the victory in heat race number 1 and pole position in tonight's A main. John Batista finishing second, Carl Deitch third, Jeffrey Stewart picking up the fourth and final transfer spot. And Dustin Griffitts and everybody else will be headed to tonight's B main. And that's going to bring us around to heat race number 2, starting on the pole in the 4-star, that is Tyler Street. Outside of him in the 38, Travis Oldfield. Row number 2, the 88 of Clint Stone and the 31 of Jason Nygaard. Row number 3, the 64 of Connor McGowan and the 79 of Daniel Boyd. Row number 4, Coulter West, and outside of him, Ludovic Buisson in the 32. Row number 5, the 55 of William Pilant and the 27 of Ron Meister. And that'll conclude heat race number 2. Tyler Street with an opportunity to put himself in a very good position for the start of the 360 Sportsman race here at Knoxville. If he can hold on to the victory here in heat race number 2, he will start outside pole position. There's definitely 3 very fast drivers looking to eliminate that chance. Travis Oldfield, as you're very familiar, if you've been following us this season or the first season, very fast, very talented driver, and Clint Stone and Jason Nygaard are just as good. So Tyler Street going to have to work if he wants to hold on to that top spot in this heat race. And caution lights are out on the pace truck. So out of turn number 4, Tyler Street will have control of the field for this start. And we want to say hi to all the backstretchers that are with us tonight. Get a nice view of them. Looks like we're green flag out of turn number 4. Tyler Street with a decent jump. He's going to get right out in front of Travis Oldfield early on. Clint Stone going to try to follow through, but not able to get anything done on Oldfield. Now Jason Nygaard with the challenge around the outside, but look at Oldfield working right up on the back bumper of Tyler Street. Street wants the top side of the track. Oldfield wants the bottom. Looks like Oldfield's going to have a run down into turn 1. And he's going to make that run stick as he works around the outside of Tyler Street. Street able to power back around the outside. Now Oldfield going to throw the slider through 3 and 4. Makes it stick, at least for the moment. But Tyler Street back to the inside into turn number 1. Throws a slider of his own. He's going to be way up above the cushion, though. But it's definitely tacky enough. He's able to maintain that lead just a little bit. Now Oldfield squeezes him a little bit out of turn number 4. They're side by side back to the start-finish line. Jason Nygaard taking this opportunity to close the gap as much as he can. Now Nygaard looking around the outside. Street shuts the door. So Nygaard diamonds off the corner, looks back to the inside of Tyler Street. Gives second place to Jason Nygaard. Travis Oldfield now feeling the pressure from Nygaard. But Street is going to power around the outside after Nygaard threw that slider that didn't really have a chance to clear. So we've got a 3-car battle now for the lead with 5 laps to go this time by. Travis Oldfield doing everything he can to hold on to the lead. Jason Nygaard working hard on that bottom side of the track. And Tyler Street grabbing the cushion, working the high side all the way around the track, managing to carry enough momentum to stay right there on them both. Now Oldfield dives to the bottom, slides up just enough. That's going to allow Tyler Street with a huge run around the outside. He's going to take second back from Jason Nygaard down the backstretch. Travis Oldfield prefers the slider line through both corners. That's allowing Tyler Street to get back into this race. Nygaard settles into third, building momentum, hoping to run him down into turn 3 now. Turn 3, Oldfield takes the top side. Tyler Street's already there. Street's going to close within inches of the back bumper of Travis Oldfield. Street now diamonds off turn 2. He's going to dive to the bottom. He's got the run down the backstretch. Slide job, turn 3. And Tyler Street takes the lead once again, Coming down to the white flag now, Travis Oldfield with a run off the bottom of turn 4. He's going to make a race of it. Slider of his own. Street Diamonds off turn 2. Once again, he's going to throw a slider into 3 and 4. We'll see if he can make it stick this time. Oldfield works back down to the bottom. Street on the top side. Does he have enough of a run? Oldfield on the bottom is... Oldfield is going to pick up the win in heat race number 2. Tyler Street in second. Jason Nygaard in third. And fourth will go to the 64 of Connor McGowan. So great race there in heat race number 2. We'll see if heat race number 3 is going to have some of the same action for us. And starting on the pole in the number 2, that is Andrew Hansen. We call him the Wrecking Ball. And outside of him, Nathan Davis in the 36. Row number 2 will be the 22 of Alex Staudinger and the 13 of your Season 2 champion, Aiden Bierlein. And row number 3 will be the 10 of Chase Johnson and the 97 of Showtime Alex Hanna. Good to have him back with us for a night of racing here at the Knoxville Raceway. Row number 4 will be the 16 of Brian Dorge and the 30 of Blaine Brink. And rounding out the field, starting in row number 5 all by himself, the 027 of Stephen Vogelsong. Lights are out on the iRacing.com pace truck, and out on the speedway, Andrew Hansen looking to go green out of turn number 4. Cars bunch up through turn number 3. Andrew Hansen now looking for that green flag. He's going to be on the loud pedal out of turn number 4.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Hansen with a great jump, and looks like Alex Staudinger going to try to follow him through. He's already in a position to take second away from Nathan Davis, who powers back around the outside, but gets a little piece of the fence down the backstretch. Doesn't seem to affect his run very much. Now Aiden Bierlein looking to the inside of Staudinger. Andrew Hansen works a slider line through 1 and 2, and that's going to open the door now for Nathan Davis. They touch wheels down the backstretch. Nathan Davis runs a slider. Whoa, big contact. Andrew Hansen backward into the fence. That's going to end his heat race. And Nathan Davis is going to have to yield first now to Alex Staudinger, and Aiden Bierlein charging around the inside. They're too wide, top and bottom. Through 3 and 4, Bierlein still looking for a way up into that top 2. Heat race number 3, they're racing for the 3rd starting spot on the grid. Now a charge from Alex Hanna. Alex Hanna sporting the Matthew Johnson paint scheme tonight. One of the many local competitors at the Knoxville Raceway. Now Nathan Davis looking to the middle of the track, trying to find the moisture and a faster line around the track. Staudinger able to power around the outside and maintain the lead. We've got 5 laps to go this time by. Staudinger continues to just run the cushion, keeping his momentum up. Now Nathan Davis with a good run through 3 and 4. He's definitely found a fast way around the track, at least through from the middle of the corner to the exit. As you see back there, Alex Hanna continues to run a slider line, making sure to cover off that 4th and final transfer spot. Staudinger still leads with 3 to go this time by. Nathan Davis working the top side this time through 1 and 2. Possibly trying to set up Staudinger just a little bit. And look at the line that he's choosing to run through 3 and 4. It's a little bit different, but he's definitely made it work. And looks like next time by, we'll have the white flag coming out. Alex Staudinger just a half mile remaining to the victory in heat race number 3. Whoa, gets a little bit above the cushion. That's going to open the door for Nathan Davis. Davis not able to do anything immediately, but let's see if he throws the slider here in 3 and 4. And looks like he's not going to throw the slider. Staudinger going to close the door on the exit of 4 and pick up the victory here in heat race number 3. Nathan Davis second, Aiden Bierlein third, and Alex Hanna picking up the 4th and final transfer spot. And that's going to bring up heat race number 4. And sitting on the pole of heat race number 4 is the 76 of Trase Olsen and the number 80 of Joshua Steinke. Row number 2, the 54 of Chris Jones, one of our Australian competitors, and the number 1 of the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan. Row number 3, Stephen Fernberg in the 029 and the triple aught of Austin Stern. Row number 4 will be the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. and the 29 of Anthony Goyet. And rounding out the field in heat race number 4 will be Dave Ward in the number 53. Those of you joining us at home this evening, a little note on the spec series that we run. If you're curious why the cars seem to be as loose as they are, it's because they actually have a fixed setup with full fuel for a 40-lap race, regardless of whether they're doing hot laps, heat race, or feature. So these drivers have the whole night to kind of settle into the handling of this car before they hit the A main. And we got a good look at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame Museum and the Brian Clausen Suite Tower there as we get ready to pass the backstretch grandstands. And looks like iRacing.com pace truck is off the track. Trase Olsen going to be early on the throttle. A little bit of a connection issue there that might have helped him break away from Joshua Steinke. And look at Mason Hannigan jump up there on the cushion very, very quickly and has a great run around the outside. That's going to open the door for Austin Stern to challenge for that 4th spot. Chris Jones opting to kind of run the bottom of the track. Whoa, look at the move from Mason Hannigan. Already challenging for 2nd and 1st. And Steinke going to dive to the bottom, work right around that berm, and pull up alongside Trase Olsen. They're too wide down into turn 1. Slide job. Steinke going to take the lead. Now a challenge from Mason Hannigan back around the inside of Trase Olsen. We'll see if Hannigan can get the same run off the bottom that Steinke did. And looks like Trase Olsen going to power back around on the top side back to 2nd. Now a slide job. Has to back it off just a little bit and leave a little bit of room for Trase Olsen. Olsen dives to the bottom. He's going to answer with a slider of his own. And looks like he got a really, really good run off that slider line as Mason Hannigan continues to look for a route around Trase Olsen. We're going to jump back and take a look at that battle. Hannigan entering really, really high up on the cushion, trying to power down the track, at least through turn 1 and 2. As you can see, he is right up against that fence, almost all 4. As Tony Bachhoven would say, 4 above the fluff. Now Trase Olsen doing a little bit of a disappearing act on us. So Mason Hannigan doing his best to make sure not to tangle with Trase Olsen. And look at him diamond off of turn number 2. Trase Olsen continues to blink out on the top side, so Hannigan forced to kind of take some evasive action. Gets a little piece of the berm. Slide job. And he's going to take 2nd, at least for the moment. Trase Olsen powers back on the inside and answers with a slider of his own. Mason Hannigan forced to diamond off turn number 2. It's going to reset the race the whole time. Joshua Steinke taking this opportunity to try to check out and give himself a little insurance in heat race number 4. Now Hannigan, once again, 4 above the fluff through 1 and 2. Still trying to reel in Trase Olsen, possibly put a move on him in the final lap. Trase Olsen seems to have that slider line working like a champ. white flag is out for Joshua Steinke. Looks like he's elected to diamond off at least turn 2. Now Mason Hannigan going to grab the bottom as Trase Olsen throws a slider. They're side by side off of turn number 4. And looks like Trase Olsen is going to hang on to second place by 18 thousandths at the line. So very good race there. But that's going to bring us around to tonight's B main. As I look through this field of drivers, I got to say, this should be a good one. Starting on the pole, driving car number 82, that is Catch Fence, Dustin Griffitts. And outside of him in the 32, that is Ludovic Buisson. Row number 2 in the 30, that is Blaine Brink. And outside of him, Austin Stern in the 000. Row number 3, Kenneth Payne in the 100, and the 33 of Coulter West. Row number 4, Brian Dorge in the 16, and Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91. Very, very non-typical to see Ernie Williams this deep in the field. Row number 5, Brad Lamberson in the 35, and Ron Meister in the 27. Row number 6, Chase Johnson in the 10, and Steven Fernberg in the 029. Row number 7, Cale Heibolt in the 58, and William Pilant in the 55. Row number 8 will be Stephen Vogelsong and Anthony Goyet. Row number 9, Bryce Lucius in the 39, and Clint Stone in the 88. And row number 10 will be Andrew Hansen in the number 2, and in the 53 junior, that is Dave Ward Jr., starting 20th. Row number 11, Joshua Piquel and Daniel Boyd, and that will round out our field. So 22 cars, and I believe 12 laps of the distance here in tonight's B main. If you start toward the back of this field, you got to hope for some very, very quick movement to the front if you're going to make tonight's A. I do believe we'll be taking the top 8 due to our shortened format. And looks like we will be going green this time by. Dustin Griffitts in the Catch Fence Apparel Crescent Donut, number 82, is going to grab the loud pedal a little bit late. Looks like he was waiting for that little bit of an attempt at a jump from the 32 and really took advantage of it to race his way to the top side of the track. And look at him work right against the Armco here at the Knoxville Raceway. Catch Fence tried to live up to his nickname there in lap 1, turn 1. But he is going to lead us back for the lead on lap number 1. Ludovic Buisson has settled into second. Blaine Brink third. Austin Stern back in fourth. We're going to jump back and take a look at those two real quick. Now Coulter West working just a little bit off of the cushion. And look at Ernie Williams as he dives off the corner just to get a run to the inside. Now he's going to throw a slider. Wasn't a whole lot of room there, but enough courteous driving from the guys on the top side to let him in. Now the challenge between Ludovic Buisson and Dustin Griffitts. Griffitts is really having to work to hang on to the lead. We've got 9 laps to go this time by. Look at the 32 of Buisson just dive off of turn number 2, grab the moisture on the bottom. Now he's going to throw a slider into 3 and 4. Griffitts going to do the opposite. And we've got a car into the wall up in turn number 4. Looks like he was able to gather it up, but caution flag is going to come out. And I do believe that couldn't have come at a better time for Dustin Griffitts. I believe he is going to inherit the lead for the restart. So these drivers should be looking at about 5 laps to go, or 4 laps to go in this feature. Currently your top 8 that'll be making it into tonight's A main: Dustin Griffitts, Ludovic Buisson. Blaine Brink, Ernie Williams Jr., Coulter West, Brad Lamberson, Chase Johnson, and Steven Fernberg. I have to say, one driver that's a little bit surprising not to be in that top 8 is Clint Stone in the 88. We'll have to see what he has in store. He's setting about 10th right now. And caution lights are out on the iRacing.com pace truck. So they'll be double wide for this restart. Dustin Griffitts keeping the field very close to the pace truck. Very, very bunched up. And he's going to launch it off the bottom of the track. He had his left rear practically on top of the berm. Coming off of turn 4, throws the slider into 1 and 2, and look at him grab the cushion and rocket off of turn number 2. I'd say he pulled out about an 8-car lead down the backstretch. And as you can see, the famous cushion at Knoxville Raceway already getting a little bit tough to hold on to, as here in the iRacing service it piles up quite a bit, as it has no way to escape the Armco. Now Buisson in the 32 feeling the pressure from Blaine Brink. Griffitts opting to run a slider line through 1 and 2, and he's grabbing that piled up cushion on turn 2, and it's just really pushing him down the straightaway. Gets a little out of shape through turn 3 and 4, but gathers up the car, but that's going to allow Ludovic Buisson to start to reel him in. And white flag is out for the 82 of Dustin Griffitts. And we're going to see a last-ditch effort from the 32 of Buisson. Not going to be enough. Dustin Griffitts is going to bring home your B-Main victory. Second place will go to the 32 of Ludovic Buisson. Third to Blaine Brink. Fourth to Steven Fernberg. Fifth to Brad Lamberson. Sixth to Coulter West. Clint Stone is going to make the field, finishing 7th. And Anthony Goyet all the way up to 8th. And that will bring us around to tonight's A-Main warm-up, where these drivers will have a few minutes to settle into the setup for the beginning of tonight's A-Main, get a feel for how the car's going to settle into the track as fuel burns off, and also work the track into their preference. As you've seen so far, it looks like the slider line and the top side of the track has been the fastest way around. Not a whole lot left to the bottom other than on corner exits. So I expect we'll see a lot of drivers kind of pound the top side of the track and try to make something of it. And Jason Nygaard, at least on his first lap, was the fastest guy around the track at a... Now he's begun to fall off a little bit as times are coming in, and now he's back up on top. Jason Nygaard with a 17.350. So we expect to see him be a very, very fast car early on. Nathan Davis currently second quick in the A-Main warm-up with a 17.441. And now Joshua Steinke has jumped up to a 17.417, so only 67 thousandths separating him and Nygaard. Now Ludovic Buisson all the way up within 2 thousandths of Jason Nygaard. So these cars still turning low 17s. Here in the warm-up, we expect them to slow down quite a bit as the top side begins to get narrower and narrower. As you can see, there's still a lot of moisture on the top side during warm-up. I'm pretty sure Nygaard just had his right rear resting on the Armco through 3 and 4. And while we have a moment here, once again, we want to thank our sponsors here at the United Dirt Sim Series: Design Metal Art, Jessup Logistics, Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, Goyet Trucking, Speedworld Hobbies, and Works Graphics. And we want to thank you, the fans, for being out here week in, week out, seeing what kind of racing action we have in store for you. And we definitely want to congratulate our 360 Sportsman Division winner, Aiden Beerline, who picked up the Season 2 victory by well over 100 points. So congratulations to him, proving that consistency can really, really pay off in dirt track racing. But now we're ready for the starting grid for tonight's A-Main event. And starting on the pole will be Eric Wilkie. Outside of him, Travis Oldfield. Row number 2, Alex Staudinger and Joshua Steinke. Row number 3, John Batista and Tyler Street. Row number 4, Nathan Davis, and outside of him, Trase Olsen. Row number 5 will be Carl Deach, and outside of him, Jason Nygaard. Row number 6, Aiden Beerline and Mason Hannigan. Row number 7 will be Jeffrey Stewart and Connor McGowan. Row number 8 will be the 97 of Alex Hanna and the 54 of Chris Jones. Row number 9, Dustin Griffitts and Ludovic Buisson. Row number 10, Blaine Brink and Steven Fernberg. Row number 11, Brad Lamberson and Coulter West. And rounding out the field, finishing 7th and 8th in the B main, will be the 88 of Clint Stone and Anthony Goyet in the 29. So 40 laps the distance. And I believe we have a little bit of a surprise, as it appears that Eric Wilkie may have scratched from this evening's A-Main. That's going to move everybody on the inside row up by 1. So now Alex Staudinger is going to control the pace as they come off of turn number 4 this time by. And the pace truck is off out of turn number 4. Alex Staudinger on the loud pedal very, very early through turn 4. It's going to give him a good jump down into turn number 1 as we watch John Batista grab the bottom side of the track. Look at him roll the bottom. He's already challenging for the lead out of turn number 2. And John Batista has the lead down the backstretch into turn number 3. The man was fast in qualifying, and apparently it doesn't matter whether the track is tacky or slick. He went straight to the front in a hurry. But we did have a couple cars get tangled up there. Not sure who was involved in that crash on the front stretch. It got caught in the camera right as we were going into turn number 1. But it did appear to involve several cars toward the middle of the field. Looks like Brad Lamberson was involved, as well as the 32 of Ludovic Buisson. Both of those drivers having to go to the work area. So John Batista charging right to the front. Just making the bottom work almost in the way that, excuse me, almost the way that Danny Lasowski did for quite a few years here at the Knoxville Raceway. And it looks like the caution lights are out on the speedway. Will be going green out of turn number 4. John Batista this time will be controlling the pace. Once the pace truck exits, he is free to get on the loud pedal at any point. Staudinger going to roll all the way up to the cushion Possibly looking for a good charge off of turn number 4. Batista with a good start. Stouder going to grab the top side of the track. Now Travis Oldfield going to roll the bottom right underneath everybody. And he's going to go straight into the second position. Now throws a slider across the track. They're really slicing and dicing back around 5th and 6th spot. Travis Oldfield continues to roll the bottom. And right behind him is the 80 of Joshua Steinke. As Stoudinger continues to kind of throw the anchor out. Now he's found the bottom of the track and beginning to charge forward. John Batista continues to open up his lead. It's up to around 1.1 seconds at this point down the backstretch. And Travis Oldfield doing his best to try to narrow that lead as we've got a car slow on the bottom of the track. The green flag is going to stay out at least for the moment. Looks like that car was able to exit the track, so we're going to stay green.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And now we're going to have a yellow come out, so possibly another car involved. As we saw a car right on the bottom of the track, up on the berm, possibly getting ready to pull into the work area and get something fixed on that car. And this is not what John Batista was looking for, as he'd opened up almost a 1.5 seconds over Travis Oldfield. So we're currently on lap number 10 out of 40. And with 2 cautions, these drivers will definitely have enough fuel to go hammer down the remainder of the race. And the caution lights are going out on the track, so this time by, we'll have our second attempt at a double wide restart. After that, everything will be single file. As you can see, Alex Stoudinger right up against the cushion through 1 and 2. He's possibly going to try to get a dive down the track and get a run on our leaders. Looks like Aiden Beerline has the same idea. And John Batista with a good jump out of turn number 4. And right back down to the bottom side through 1 and 2. He really knows how to roll the bottom here at the Knoxville Raceway. Now Travis Oldfield feeling the pressure from Nathan Davis. Oldfield runs the slider line through 3 and 4. And that's going to open the door for Joshua Steinke. Unbelievable speeds these cars are managing on that slider through 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 now. As you can see, the cushion out of turn number 3 and turn number 4 is getting very, very narrow. And that's going to bring the caution back out. Not sure which cars were involved that time. May have been Carl Deach, as you saw him there in the corner of your screen. And there's an old saying in racing that cautions breed cautions, and we're seeing a little bit of that here. Caution flag comes out, it resets pretty much everything out on the track. It stacks the field back up and takes your rhythm away as a driver. So it does take a little bit of time to get your rhythm back. And when you're right on top of other drivers, if you're not willing to do a little bit of give and take, there's only one place for you to end up, and that's the work area or your hauler for the night. And looking back through the field, just want to make note of the fact that Dustin Griffitts is all the way up to 8th already. Jason Nygaard, 7th. Clint Stone in 13th. So quite a few drivers out of our B main beginning to make their charge through the field. John Batista looking for the green flag out of turn number 4.
Green, green, green.
Travis Oldfield looking for a good run around the bottom. Got a little piece of the berm. And that's going to open the door now for Joshua Steinke. As Steinke rolls the bottom of the track through 1 and 2. But Oldfield able to carry enough momentum off of turn number 2 to actually get back around Steinke. So great racetrack out here as we approach the midpoint of this race. Now Nathan Davis throwing the slider all the way across the track. John Batista once again trying to work his way away from this field as he rolls the middle now right through the rubber. He seems to have this setup figured out better than most of these guys, at least at this point. But now Travis Oldfield and Joshua Steinke begin to find their way back onto the bumper of John Batista. Top and bottom, side by side, Steinke and Oldfield work around 1 and 2. John Batista now back on the bottom trying to find the moisture and maintain his lead. Oldfield with a good run around the outside. He's going to clear Steinke this time. He's going to stay on the top side through 1 and 2. Batista looking for a way. Whoa, and we got a slow car on the top side of the track. That was really, really close for Travis Oldfield. Some good driving, good heads-up driving by him to make sure to avoid that slow car. I'm not sure who that was on the top side of the track. Very heads-up driving from our leaders. Picking up the slow car in turn 2 and making sure not to get involved in an accident there. And as you can see, looking through the corners, the moisture continues to disappear. Batista rolling through the bottom of turn 1 and 2, possibly trying to size up how much moisture is left down there. Here in the second half of the race, it appears that he's getting a little more of a challenge than he had in the first half. Let's go to an onboard camera from his car, give you an idea of just how much rubber is laid down on this track, but at the same time how much moisture is in the center of the straightaway all the way to the bottom. Probably won't see too many drivers venture down there. Just the width of the straightaway here at Knoxville Raceway is a little too much to go chasing after moisture on the straightaways for as little speed as you'll actually gain from it. And this time by, we'll have 16 laps to go. We should be looking for a green flag for John Batista. And Travis Oldfield doing a good job of timing that start. He's going to be right on the back bumper of John Batista into turn 1 and 2. Kind of awkward run around the cushion that time, though. Not able to capitalize. Batista through the middle still. Now Joshua Steinke works around the inside. We've got a 4-car battle now for the lead of this race. Nathan Davis throws his hat in the mix. Steinke second, Davis third. Batista still leading. Now 3 out of 4 drivers begin to work the rubber through the track. Now Steinke looking for the lead through 1 and 2. Steinke on the bottom. They're 3 wide down the backstretch into turn number 3. Nathan Davis grabs the top side. Steinke in the middle. Batista in the middle. Steinke on the bottom. Still 3 wide. Steinke really having to control the throttle through 1 and 2. Nathan Davis is going to check out into the lead down the backstretch. Now Steinke working the bottom again. Batista is falling all the way back to 3rd by the time that caution flag is going to come out. And looks like that caution may have been for Anthony Goyet possibly, or Jason Nygaard possibly. So we have a moment. Let's take a quick look at our running order. As you can see, got quite a few drivers that have dropped a lap or more down. Clint Stone all the way up to 9th. Tyler Street running 8th. Aiden Beerline still holding on to 7th. This kid has proven to be Mr. Consistency this year. And I do believe the drivers will be looking at 9 laps to go when we go back to green. So Travis Oldfield, who at one point was looking to challenge for the lead, has fallen all the way back to 4th. And John Batista, who led quite a few laps, is back in 3rd now. So we'll see if Nathan Davis and Joshua Steinke can produce a pretty good race this time out of 4. And Nathan Davis is going to jump on the loud pedal out of turn number 4, grab the moisture on the bottom. And he's going to run the slider line through 1 and 2, hit the cushion about midway through turn 2 and power down the backstretch. Now John Batista has found the top side of the speedway. And looks like he's going to begin to challenge Joshua Steinke for 2nd place. Steinke continues to run the bottom of the track, but the caution flag is going to come back out with 8 laps remaining. And looks like Trase Olsen may have been involved in that last accident. And looks like the drivers should be expecting 5 laps to go when we go back to green. Looks like the caution lights are out on the track. The iRacing.com pace truck should be ducking in turn 4. And Nathan Davis will try to pull off the win with 5 laps to go. Davis going to wait all the way to the exit of turn 4 to pick up the loud pedal. And he's going to throw the slider down into turn 1, making sure that no one could throw it on him. Joshua Steinke now works the top side of the track. Travis Oldfield also up there. Now Mason Hannigan was all the way up to 5th briefly, as he's now falling backward through the field. Nathan Davis continues to lead. 4 laps to go, this time by John Batista, trying to power his way back into this race. He's up to second again. Looks like he's found a line that's working for him. The gap narrows lap by lap. 3 to go, this time by 4/10 separates Batista, Steinke, and Davis. Davis trying everything he can to hold on to this lead. Batista doing what he can to reel him in. 2 to go, this time by. Batista gets a little piece of the fence out of turn number 2. Nathan Davis running a very, very smooth line through all corners. White flag is out for him. John Batista and Joshua Steinke still battling it out for the second spot. And looks like Nathan Davis, as long as he can clear turn 4, and yes he will, Nathan Davis is going to pick up your 360 feature win here tonight at Knoxville Raceway. John Batista finishes second and Joshua Steinke finishes third. 4th spot will go to Aiden Beerline, 5th to Alex Staudinger, 6th to Dustin Griffitts all the way out of the B main, 7th to Mason Hannigan, 8th to Tyler Street, 9th to Connor McGowan, and 10th to Clint Stone. And we'll give these drivers a moment to get out of their cars and gather their thoughts. I believe out of our top 3, none of these guys have done an interview with us that I can remember, at least. And bringing home 3rd place tonight, that's Joshua Steinke. Josh, I gotta say, several times it looked like you were going to be challenging for the win there. Can you walk me through what happened?
Yeah, that bottom just got really slick. I really wanted to keep it down there. I went up on the cushion on the restart. That last restart shouldn't have. Car got way too tight. Wasn't prepared for what the cushion was built up to, and just trying to find a different line than what my teammates were running, kind of like through the middle and going up. But I wanted that bottom to work. There was a couple of times where I thought I was reeling them in, and a couple of times where they just got a little bit more momentum than I did, and just wasn't able to quite get it done. But I'm still happy with the 3rd place.
Yeah, I gotta say there was 2 laps there where I think you and Batista and Davis were 3 wide the whole way around the track. Was that something you were aware of when that occurred, or?
Yeah, I knew it was 3 wide. I was really trying to keep it down on the bottom of the track, and I was able to actually carry more momentum than my teammate John through the bottom. We kind of both went around him, and it was very white knuckle racing right there, and just trying to make it through that. And we were able to all stay clean of each other. I don't think any of us hit each other, but it was pretty fun. A lot of good battling, and just to be able to keep it up front was a good feeling tonight.
All right. Well, I'm sure there's a few people you'd like to thank for getting you out here tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the guys at Black Diamond. Congrats to Nate for the win, John for 2nd. Teammate Mason got 7th, I believe. So overall, good run. Brett at UDTV, Drew at 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators for the sponsorships, and all the fans and family watching at home. I hope they enjoyed it.
All right. Well, congratulations on the 3rd, and hopefully we'll see you back out here for Season 3.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And bringing home 2nd place tonight, John Batista. John, I gotta say, I thought that was going to be your race with the way it started out. What really happened there in the second half of the race? It seemed like you'd get things going, and then it would fall off, and then you'd get going, and it'd fall off. Walk me through your run.
Well, honestly, I felt like the Steel City Outlaw out there. That beginning of the race, I found the bottom line, and it was pretty damn fast. But usually at this track, once it starts getting slick, where the bottom line gets pretty narrow, I kind of lose where I'm supposed to be, especially at Knoxville. I'm really bad here when it gets slick like that. So yeah, the whole middle section of the race was pretty terrible and really just hanging on for dear life until really like the last 5 or 6 laps. I found a pretty good line sliding up to the top in 3 and 4 and top 1 and 2. I wish I had about 3 or 4 more laps. I really think I could have reeled him back in.
Yeah, it seemed like you were getting a great run, especially out of turn number 2. Now, the cushion piles up in turn 2 to a pretty nasty degree. It looks like kind of right before you get to the Hall of Fame. Was that factoring in at all to the run you were getting down the backstretch?
Yeah, and I was actually hitting it wrong a few times because I kept sliding up into that mountain where I should have been sliding either before it or after it. And yeah, I was just sliding right into it. So I probably could have been a little bit faster off of 2 if I ran the line correctly. But yeah, the whole 1 and 2 deal is kind of just by mistake. I ran it one time on a restart. Didn't mean to go all the way up to the top, but I let it stick, and I had a pretty good run off too, especially on Josh. I believe he was on the bottom, and I said, "To hell with it, I'll just keep running it," and it was all right.
Now I'll pose the same question to you. There was, I believe, a couple laps there where you were 3 wide all the way around the track, and you were stuck right in the middle the whole time. Was that one of those things you were just trying to hold on for dear life at that point, or were you even aware that it was happening?
Oh yeah, I knew. It was that was definitely not where I wanted to be because the middle was terrible the whole night. And usually at Knoxville, the middle's pretty good or decent. And tonight it just did not work at all for me. I tried once the bottom went away about lap 10 or 15. I started going up to right above the middle, bit off the cushion, and it was not working. And that's what got those guys to me in the first place. And then I was stuck there. So I knew I either had to pinch Josh, which I did a little bit coming off of 2 to get back on the bottom, or go back up to the top. And I think the yellow came out, and at that point I saw the top line come in. So I just went to the top and hung on.
Well, either way, you led 26 laps here before finally yielding the lead, and then still managed to pull a second place out of it, so a good run tonight. I'm sure there's a few people you'd like to thank.
Yeah, I just want to extend a congratulations to my 2 teammates, Josh Steinke and Nathan Davis, for sweeping the podium tonight. And congrats to Nathan. He doesn't usually win all that often, so congrats to him. I want to thank everybody at UDSS. This is my first race in the league. I quite enjoyed myself in the format. I want to thank you, Darren, for broadcasting this deal. That's about it.
All right. Well, congratulations on the second place, and happy to have you here at UDSS. So we'll see what you have in store for us in Season 3. You definitely looked fast enough out there to possibly bring home the championship next season.
Yeah, man, I'll give it a go.
All right. Well, catch you next time.
Yep, see you later.
And bringing home tonight's feature win in the 360 Sportsman Series, Nathan Davis. Nate, it seemed like once you got out front, you did not look back. Walk me through how you held onto the lead.
Well, I knew racing against my teammates, they were ripping the bottom pretty good. It was either follow them in line or rip the top, and I found that slider line there. Ernie was in my ear telling me a little bit of grip that he could see, and I started doing it. Once I got it past whoever's in the black car, I don't remember their name, but once I got past him, noticed my teammates were still just sticking on the bottom, just kept letting it eat, and that slider line come in. It was grip all the way through the corner, all the way up to the cushion, and just once I got out front, it was just smooth sailing, just getting in a rhythm.
Well, once you found that rhythm, it seemed like there was no looking back. Did the fixed setup kind of play to your driving style tonight, or was it something that you had to settle into?
It wasn't really. It was a little on the looser end than what I liked. I just had to pull the wing back more than I'm comfortable doing, or to get comfortable with it at least, more than I normally do with an open setup. But I mean, I adapted to it pretty quick after a few practice laps, and then the heat and feature came out there. The warm-up session, it was all right. Just got in the rhythm, like I said, and the throttle control around the corner. Just smooth sailing, had plenty of grip, and went off.
Yeah, I think there, at least toward the end, you had one of the more inventive lines that anybody was running. And you were definitely making it work. It looked like you were entering about 3/4 of the way up the track and then just kind of sliding all the way almost to the middle of turn 2 or turn 4 before you were hooking up on the cushion, but somehow you made that fast. Uh, do you think that possibly played into the fact you had the wing so far back compared to normal?
Oh, for sure. More weight back, downforce on the back tires back there. That was where the most moisture was in the track, and even though it was thrown in late and drifted up to the top like that, I mean, like I said, it had plenty of grip all the way through it.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win tonight. I know a few people were mentioning you don't win a whole lot of them, so they were quite proud of you picking up the win here in the season finale.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long time, been about a year and a half since I've been in the victory lane, but starting to get back into it pretty heavy. So hopefully, get to come up here and talk to you more next season a few times and everything.
All right. Well, I'm sure there's a few people you want to thank.
Oh, sure, for sure. First, I gotta give a shout out Brett Wheeler over at UDTV, come primary sponsor. Zach Newton at Envision Custom Graphics for painting up the car tonight. Kentucky Dirt iRacing League, Newton Cattle Farm, Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, 19 Designs, everybody over at Black Diamond, Ernie, Mason, Josh, John, they all did good tonight. Well, Ernie, he had a little disappointment, but the rest of the guys did pretty good. So shout out to them guys when they finish. And see you all in a couple weeks.
All right. Well, we look forward to you being back with us for season 3. We going to see you at all tomorrow night for the Open 305s, possibly, or for the Open 360s?
Depending on how my other league goes tomorrow, if it gets finished in time, I'll be over here for it. If not, you'll definitely see me here on Sundays.
All right. Well, congratulations getting back to victory lane, and what a way to do it with the late pass to take the lead. So we'll see you back here for season 3, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, Darren.
And let's see if he's actually paying attention here. We'll grab a hold of Aiden Beerline. Aiden actually picked up no wins this season in the 360 Spec Series, but Mr. Consistency himself, I don't think he missed a top 5 this whole season, and brought home the championship by well over 100 points. Aiden, you listening in?
Yes, sir.
I gotta ask you, how did you manage to be that consistent all season?
Just a lot of laps, really. I know a lot of these, like every track we went to, I went on before and just practiced a whole lot. Kind of learned how the track played out and how it got slick, and kind of use it to my advantage compared to everyone else.
Well, it definitely paid off in the end. You pretty much ran away with this series championship. I honestly don't remember anybody ever really challenging you for the points lead, at least as far back as I can remember through this.
I think there was one time where Hayden Spike Harvey was like 20 points back, but that was about it.
Few people just a little bit excited for you there.
Yeah, sorry, they're drinking a little too much.
Well, Aiden, congratulations on the Season 2 360 Spec Series win. It seems like you were close in pretty much everything in Season 1, and here you are running away with one in Season 2, so congratulations on that. Anybody you want to thank?
First off, Jesus Christ, my mom and my dad for everything they do for me. Let me play iRacing, KPR, everyone on there, Kenneth and Kyle, and Auto City for being our main sponsor and being an amazing sponsor, and Coulter West for the new paint. I love it a lot, and it's amazing, but that's about it.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you back for Season 3 here in a few weeks, and see if you can make a go of it for a second season in a row here with the 360 Spec Series. I assume we'll see you tomorrow night for the 305s and 360s again?
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm trying to get, third, and then I'm battling you for the points lead in the 360s, I think, Open.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at the points series in the 360 Open, so...
You're 35 points back from me. I'm leading and you're in second.
Wow. I don't know how that happened. All right.
Well,
All right then. Well, we will be back here tomorrow night. A little more racing from the Knoxville Raceway. Hope to see you there. All right, and that's going to conclude the events for Sunday night iRacing with the United Dirt Sim Series. Once again, congratulations to our top three, and congratulations to Aiden Beerline picking up the 360 Sportsman Division Championship. He's had it wrapped up for a couple weeks now, but we didn't really get a chance to talk to him until now. And hopefully we'll see everybody back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central for our 305 Unlimited Division. And followed right after that at 8:30 Central, we'll have the UDSS Goyet Trucking Open 360s right here at the Knoxville Raceway. So, from all of us here at Pushing the Cushion Productions United Dirt Sim Series, we want to say thank you for joining us and hope to see you back tomorrow night.